Hello and welcome to today's cryptocurrency technical analysis, where we are seeing an extreme day of volatility right now across the whole of the market. All of the market red apart from Shiba. But we're seeing an extreme volatility day. This is the time to be ready. This is the time where you hopefully have had your plan, you're ready, you're waiting, and now you're executing, because this is the time of opportunity. This right now is the time of opportunity. Wow, 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 wow. In today's video, of course, I'm going to be going over the technical analysis. And I also I'm going to talk about a topic which is really interesting to myself, and I truly believe you are going to find very insightful and maybe make you even more curious. So that's what we're going to cover in today's video. You're going to absolutely love it as always. I want to start off with a quick announcement, and that is not the Head and Shoulders announcement. This is actually just a really quick reminder that every single day, Monday to Friday, Trading Assistant does a live stream update for the members. Okay, obviously today is a gold mine because there's extreme volatility on Bitcoin. So he's been talking over an hour every day, doing a live stream, getting people up to speed, getting people, aware of what's happened, what we're looking at now, and what we're looking at next. I mean, his updates are the most loved thing right now in Chart Champions. They're absolutely outstandingly good. So massive respect to him. And I just want to make people just really aware that this is a thing, because it's obviously not listed at all on the website. This is like a feature that was released like really under, not many people knew about it. Even people right now in the group are like, oh, I didn't realize he was doing these updates every day. Yes, he's doing the updates every single day. Please do yourself a favor and get over into his live streams, because they're just an absolute piece of gold. Really, really, really good updates. And the second bit of an announcement that I want to do before we start I start this video, I suppose, actually, is that tonight, Igor, the legend himself, is doing a Contenders live stream. So this is the Contenders live stream that happens every Wednesday. Tonight, Igor is going to be doing the live stream where he is going to be covering Atus and Exo Desktop. Okay, he's going to be going over his new templates for both of those, how you set up Atus and Exo charts on the desktop, and then, talking you through the templates and, basically going in depth on that. So if you want to get the templates, learn how to use them correctly from the legend Igor himself, you can get that over in the Contenders live stream tonight. So we've got everything covered. We've got live streams going on Bitcoin right now. We got Igor tonight for Exo, Desktop and Atus. And now you got me here, and I'm going to be talking about my coin of the moment, and that is obviously Shiba coin. And I mean, even if you don't trade Shiba right now, I think this is still going to be an interesting video nevertheless. Okay. Obviously, we were talking, we've been talking about this one a little while now. We obviously had originally the impulse to the upside. Okay, we had the triangle, and then a secondary move to the upside. And actually, there's one thing that I want to comment on. Okay, and this is the bit that's outside of technicals, so to speak, but I think you'll find very interesting. And I've hidden the name here. And it was a comment saying triangle in wave 2 never. Okay, because textbook theory would actually say triangles can only be in wave 4, and this is a topic for me which is really interesting, because if you go over Elliott wave theory, people are so stuck to the rules. People are so, you cannot make any deviation from the rule. It has to be exact to the book. And this is the thing that for me, I have my own way of doing Elliott waves. I've openly said this so many times. People will always try and comment on my videos when I do an Elliott wave. It's kind of why I can't be bothered, because every video I'm guaranteed to have somebody saying, this rule is incorrect. You've incorrectly done the rule. And I had to comment and then bring this to your attention, because it's very, very, very interesting. Yeah, this is clearly an impulse symmetrical triangle with another impulse out of it. This is absolutely correct. And then you just have to think about this. People are referring to this book written years and years and years ago, before cryptocurrency was even out. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying, like, get with the times. Who would you prefer to listen to? Like, are you listening to this book that was written years and years and years ago, which in my opinion is out of date? Or are you going to listen to a guy that has made millions from this market trading? I mean, I'm going to listen to myself, because I know that I'm right. And so it's just like a simple case of adapting to the times. Don't be left behind. Don't be following. I mean, I suppose do whatever you want, but I mean, what would you prefer? Do you want to be stuck by a book that is outdated, in my opinion? or do you want to actually follow the market, update with the times, use new theories, and actually make money? I know what I'd prefer to do. And obviously, that is trading what's happening with the times. And so, in my opinion, this is totally valid. Yeah, this is totally valid. So obviously we had our impulse, we had our triangle, then we have another impulse to the upside. As we were looking at yesterday, when I was telling you all, I'm still long on Shiba Inu coin. A lot of people were causing FUD on Shiba Inu coin. A lot of people were saying sell Shiba Inu coin. A lot of people were saying extreme caution on Shiba Inu coin. I was saying, actually I'm still long. I haven't taken any profits and I'm looking for higher. That was yesterday's video. And now we have hit our first major target. And that was obviously what we were looking at here. Was our one-to-one extension. Okay, so we're taking our, there's obviously a few ways that we can pull this extension. If we come up to maybe like a 12-hour chart, okay, we're generally looking for the low of the start of the impulse, which we could either say was around the 3rd of October, or if we take it from the overall low, the difference is quite minuscule here. But we're looking obviously for the impulsive wave. Okay, so we take our Fibonacci extension from the low of the impulse to the high of the impulse. And then obviously we could take it from the low of the C or at the start of the E. Okay, and officially the way that I would do it is the start of the E. And if you're very conservative, you can take it from the start of the C. Again, the difference is kind of minuscule here. But that's basically how you get your first, this is a major target. This is your one-to-one extension from the impulse to the end of the consolidation to coming out of the impulse again. Yeah. So I love to use Fibonacci in conjunction with my Elliott waves. In my opinion, you cannot do Elliott waves without knowing Fibonacci. Okay. So obviously from this, we get our one-to-one extension. So if we come down here on a 4-hour chart, we can see it definitely is acting as a resistance right now. You're going to have a few different things happening in this moment in time. You're going to have some people shorting at this level aggressively, like leverage shorting for, expecting downside. You're going to have people shorting here for a hedge, which in my opinion is sensible. And you're going to have people also, I think is sensible, taking profits at the one-to-one. This is a major target. Can we go higher? Absolutely we can. But the thing that I would always say is nobody ever went broke taking profits. Nobody went broke taking profits. But people do go broke by seeing extremely massive gains to the upside and then it potentially crashing all the way back down, and you see massive gains turn to losses. That happens a lot. Okay, this is how the market works. People generally don't take profits. So this for me is obviously a major level. And obviously, for the people inside the group, we had people obviously buying 20 billion SHIB when I first called this. I actually worked this out, by the way. This is just one for myself. People were buying Bitcoin at $1. That gave them 6 million% gains. Obviously not too shabby at all. But calling Bitcoin at $1 would equal at current prices, well, just below now, 6 million% gains. But calling Shiba and buying Shiba at 1 sat, which we done back on the 30th of January this year. People in the group buying 20 billion SHIB along with myself. Others getting in, very much I kind of agree, getting in on the gamble of the time and getting extreme profits. That equaled 46 million% gains to the upside. So as I say here, Chart Champions not only giving the best educational content in the world, but now we have also given one of the biggest percentage profit trades ever. That 20 million that he bought for a joke on that day, $100 of SHIB, bought on the 30th of January when I first called that, by the way, is worth $1 million. Which is pretty insane. $100 to $1 million, just like that. CC Pool send their regards. But obviously that was when we were first finding that, literally at 1 sat, 0.00000000001 sat, like absolute low, 30th of January. And you want to see some funny detective work? This is why I love the group. Obviously, leading up to finding Shiba, the volume was 0.01p to $500. The day we found it, it jumped straight to 10 million. Pretty interesting. But I mean, this is the thing with Shiba Inu coin. Now, obviously, the price is extremely inflated. Now we are coming up to obviously some big levels. In my opinion, do I think we can get through this? Yes, but is this now the time to go into this position new? Of course not. We're talking about let's just zoom down into an even lower term time frame, because people were saying yesterday they like to see the lower term time frame. So what we're going to look at here is obviously from the low of our E wave, obviously the low of the E wave to the top of that impulse. We all know what happened? We pulled back. Let me just zoom in on this so you can see very well. We obviously pulled back straight into the CC. So that was the CC, the Fibonacci pulled from the low of the E wave to the top of that impulse. Obviously, we pulled back to the CC. This was a time when Elon Musk was causing FUD. Lots of big YouTubers saying, be cautious of Shiba, sell Shiba, lots of people were basically trying to cause a little bit of fear on Shiba Inu, especially the Elon Musk tweet, which I just found hilarious. And obviously from that CC, this is the time you buy retracements. Yeah, this is what you want. You want to buy that fear. Okay, and obviously from that, we have then seen another rise in price of 75%. 75% in 2 days. 2 days, 75%. All from the CC Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so what we mean by this is these are areas of value. These are areas that you look to buy. Do you look to buy at the top of a 75% pump? No. This is where you look to take profits. Yeah, this is where you look to take a hedge. Obviously, if we're looking at this on a bigger scale, we still have our 1618 above us, major target. Then of course, if we manage to get there, the big psychological 0.00001, okay, that will be quite a level if we get up that high. Okay, obviously we can still be looking at this in terms of the Elliott waves of the 1, the 2, the 3rd, and then when we start to get the bigger pullback for the 4th, up for eventually the 5th. Okay, I mean, I don't want to go too advanced for people because I think people watching might not understand all this fully, but I'm going to talk about it briefly. Obviously, the way that you look for your high probability third wave, it's between the 1-to-1 and the 1618 extension. And generally speaking, obviously the 1618 is the bigger target for a wave 3. But nevertheless, you have to acknowledge it can definitely turn around anywhere between the 1-to-1 and the 1618. This is a totally valid wave 3 currently. Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, okay, well, although this can definitely go higher, do I want to buy up at this extension? And the answer really should be no. Of course, not financial advice. Do literally whatever you want. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to do in that regards. So you have to make this decision yourself. Do you want to buy here? I mean, personally, I would never do this, but do whatever you want, sort of thing. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, where's the next area of value? Where can I get in on a nice retracement? And now if you take your fib from the low of A to the top of wave 3, then you can start to see you have this really nice CC Fibonacci retracement of the downside, which is also coinciding with support resistance flips. Okay, what you have to remember is that the likelihood is that this could end in another triangle, in my opinion, or it could end in a flat, or it could end in a zigzag. Obviously, the 3 corrections right now are all open because it's actually still potential in wave 3. Yeah, so you have to play the cards of probabilities. Yeah, so your highest probability for the best trade is obviously is a heavy pullback, and that would have to be in 3 waves down. So you'd have to see an A, B, and a C. And obviously what you'd want to see is on the A, then a B up to the CC again, and then you look for the 1-to-1 extension. So you'd want to see another basically impulse, retracement impulse back into the CC Fibonacci. To visualize this a little bit for the people that are a little bit confused. You want to see the impulse, then you want to see a rejection of the CC, and then you look for your 1-to-1. And if you can get a 1-to-1 extension on this CC, on this SR flip, of course, this is a really high probability that you do not want to see closes back below this wave 1, by the way, because then that also invalidates it. But if you can get wicks down below here, this is really classed as very bullish. Obviously, if you start to close below this CC, it's very likely that we're going to see, a stronger heavy pullback. This is in my opinion, like a must hold support in terms of closes. You don't want to see closes below this level. If you do, I would be not interested in Shiba for quite a long time, to be honest with you. I'll kind of just, move on to another coin to trade. This is the great thing. There's hundreds of coins to trade. I mean, Bitcoin, I'm literally trading Bitcoin right now. It's like there's so much opportunity across the markets. I don't want to be, trading a coin which is just getting heavy pullbacks. I want to trade the coins, which basically offer the best opportunities in terms of high probability trades. And if we lose this with closes, I don't see another high probability trade for the foreseeable future. So I kind of will just lose interest in it slightly. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here on SHIB. I think 100%, we've obviously got, and I'll show you actually another bit of confluence that we had here. And this was another triangle actually. So you had another symmetrical triangle that went on here. This was actually quite a nice symmetrical triangle, to be honest. And I think this is the thing with altcoins, actually, you can keep the analysis really simple. But obviously you formed another symmetrical triangle here, which obviously did break to the upside that bit of a back test and then another move. This 1-to-1 has also been hit. So you obviously are coming into quite big targets, in my opinion. Definitely, definitely you're coming into big targets. You got to always remind yourself, do you want to buy at such resistances? In my opinion, no. One would wait generally for pullbacks. Then you need to recognize where are your good areas of pullbacks. Well, hopefully I've helped you recognize how you can find them. I think you look for the things such as when we're using Elliott waves, like your Fibonacci. Obviously that comes in with your extensions, your expansions, your tracements, your negative fibs. Line that up with a bit of Elliott wave theory, and you really, really are good to go. Oh yeah, and the last thing that I was going to talk about is somebody mentioned me today, Daniel, why were you not covering Shiba Inu back in like July? And the answer is because it was not listed on Bybit in July. Obviously now Bybit have Shiba Inu. You can trade this on Bybit. And if you look at the entry price here, look at the day Shiba Inu got listed on Bybit. Please do me a favor right now. Go look at when Shiba Inu got listed on Bybit. Look at the entry price and look who accumulated. And it never made a new low since the entry, by the way. Do your own research on this. And I think you're going to be very, 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 very entertained. But that was basically the main reason. Obviously, I still have that Bitcoin short right now. But yeah, I mean, what can we say? That's pretty interesting when you look at what happened. So yeah, this was basically the Shiba Inu video. If you want to smash that like button as hard as I can, what I would say is this: if this video gets, I'll do a conservative, I don't know, 1,000 likes. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, I will do a video on whatever the highest rated altcoin in the comment section down below is. And if that's Bitcoin, that's fine. I will do a video on Bitcoin. It's been a little while. I done a really quick video on Bitcoin, obviously, yesterday, but I could do a more in-depth video talking about Bitcoin. Obviously, this overall, we had that great pitchfork, all stemmed originally, obviously, from the swing failure pattern of 63,800, gave us the head and shoulders. But anyway, if you want to see a video about Bitcoin or anything else, leave it in the comment section down below. Smash the like to over 1,000, and I will gladly bring you that video. Of course, I'll give you the reminders one more time. Trading Assistant with his updates Monday, Friday, with live streams, just everybody loves that. That's happening right now for all the contenders, all the champions. And obviously Igor with his live stream for the contenders tonight, going over Atus, going over Exo charts, desktop version, how to set it up, understanding the templates. And I mean, what can we say? We're giving you a lot of good stuff right now. So that's obviously over at chartchampions.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you ever so much. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've found it insightful. And yeah, obviously, I guess the first thing that I will just end here, last thing I'll end with, you can look at the market structure. Currently, I suppose we're still forming another higher high and a higher low. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled on Bitcoin because it is going to be influential to what happens on Shiba, let's be honest. And yeah, I'm just going to say thank you ever so much. I truly hope you've enjoyed. I hope I've brought you a smile. I hope I've given you some joy. And yeah, if I have, hey, mission complete. Thank you ever so much. I send you my love and have a great day trading, everybody. Thank you ever so much. And goodbye. Oh no, I will end with this. No financial advice. And now I will say goodbye. Cheers.